Radiant Team ban.
Okay, and we're back, everybody. Welcome back. You're watching the Star Series Season 11. This is the America's Divisions. Will wreck while
Dire
whistling.
Team ban.
That is a retarded name. I do not like that. Jesus, we'll just call Team W. We'll go with that. Team W up
Radiant
against Team
ban.
eHug on the Radiant side. Now, a bit of a respect ban there from Team W. They've decided to get rid of the Shadow Fiend straight up. Also, Void, of course, last match doing some seriously strong work as well.
10
Absolutely
seconds
amazing stuff from him.
remaining.
They will also ban that out straight up. And Void, I think, definitely is quite...
5 seconds remaining.
First ban material. He's a very, very powerful hero. The Chronospheres are just
Dire
always
team
a huge
pick.
threat. No matter... Unless you have a very specific lineup to counter it, it is a huge, huge threat. Shadow Fiend, less of a first ban. In fact, Shadow Fiend
Radiant
giving away that
team
first
pick.
blood was a bit of an, probably shouldn't have happened moment. But, you know what? He caught up, largely thanks to the stacking coming from Omni Knight as well, just helping him catch right back up. The triple and the quad stack, and then the ancient stack as well, just got him exactly where he needed to be. Anyway, eHug, though, they will go with an Omni Knight ban, decide they don't want to use it. We'll also ban out the Brewmaster, while Team W will decide to grab the Jakiro first. Now, this is probably going to be a support Jakiro, is my gut feeling.
10 seconds remaining.
We'll see what they go with that. It could well be a core. But it's one of those, you
5
pick it
seconds
first,
remaining.
it's very flexible, you can do a lot of things with it. This does leave stuff like Death Prophet and, of course, Ogre first pick as well. Very
Reserve
common first
time.
pick these days as well in the pool, but I think if you've got the second phase, like the second pick, you often don't really want to pick up there. Or you want to pick up, like you've got two picks, you can combo something. So if they want something to say like a Bat Rider, you go Vengeful Spirit and then a Bat Rider, but it will be a Vengeful Spirit and a Tide Hunter.
Dire Team
So that's
pick.
probably their offlaner picked up in one of their supports, and that gives them a lot of team fight power. And the VS pick now also really denies the Bat Rider option for Team W as well. Also, for people just joining us, this is a best of one game. So, this is the only match that will be played in this series. We do have one more game coming up after this. It will be, I think it's Root. Yeah, it's
10
Root
seconds
up
remaining.
against Complexity. We'll see how that turns out.
5
But anyway,
seconds remaining.
5 seconds left before we go into the overtime for Team W. Let's see what they get here.
Reserve time.
I think DP would be solid. They decided to go. I mean, they want to continue on with their pushing thing. DP is a very solid choice. That'd be a good one. We'll have to watch the swaps there from VS. Could grab it. Could isolate her into a bad position. One of the issues early on with DP. If she gets isolated, she's very squishy, very easy to pick off. But then again, the low level swaps are very short in range. Not great range, the low level swaps. So maybe she doesn't need to worry that much. I think more of a threat would be the Ravage that early on. Ravage, of course, a big ball-busting op, but then again, they can just try and fight around. They just try and bait out the Ravage elsewhere, and then whenever Ravage is down, it's one of the issues if you make your lineup too ult-reliant. If you pop all the ults together, okay, maybe you win a fight, but then you lose 1 or 2 towers after, just because your ults, big ults are on cooldown for a couple of minutes, but it will be an Enigma picked up.
Dire
by
Team
W.
ban.
That's a hero I haven't seen in a while, actually. Still a very good hero, just haven't seen him as much. Gonna try playing into a... I'm gonna say this is gonna be like he's gonna have to rely on his other aspects.
Radiant
Obviously,
team
his
ban.
high damage output. He's got some really good damage output with Midnight Pulse, and of course the Eidolon's really good for pushing. His stun's okay, but in
Dire
this
team
match,
ban.
it's unlikely we're gonna see a big black hole because obviously Vengeful Spirit, one of the best counters to Enigma, just being able to swap him out. BKB or no BKB, he's basically just gonna get swapped as soon as he tries to use that ultimate. And of course, Tidehunter as well, Ravage. It's like you might even not be aiming to cancel it, just might accidentally cancel it if he pops it at the right
Radiant
moment.
Team ban.
So not an easy game for an Enigma pick anyway. Naga will be the next ban from eHug. And we've had the Elder Titan and the Sand King banned by Team W here. Okay, I'm not 100% sure on...
10 seconds remaining.
The lineup goes to, I'm not 100% sure on the Elder Titan ban. Sand King
5
is just flat out
seconds
annoying to
remaining.
play against, and he roams, well, he combos nicely with Vengeful Spirit as well, just because you can roam with him, cause a lot of havoc. He's got a nice
Reserve
1-2
time.
setup and follow-up stuns there with Magic Missile and Barrow Stroke. And he's a nice support the fact that if your supports don't want to stop roaming, it's very easy for VS to stack a bit and then just have Sand King come in and Sandstorm it down, and they can share the experience. So they've got other options and things they can do together. And of course, I mean, you allow a team to have Blink Tide and Blink Barrow Strike Epicenter. It can be very rough to fight into that, especially if you want to push early, which right now Will Rek's lineup is somewhat push-oriented. Could
Dire
be a problem for
team pick.
eHug as they appear to be building into a more late-game oriented lineup. They picked up a Terrorblade, who obviously takes a little while to get rolling, and against the Enigma and Jakiro, they might not have any towers left going later into the match, which really might cause issues for Terrorblade's ability to farm. And Team eHug are a little bit worried about the pushes. They have banned the like, and they might leave the Broodmother alone just because
10 seconds
if necessary,
remaining.
can go toe-to-toe with Brood fairly easily, I feel. Obviously, his harassment
5
with
seconds
Sparlings
remaining.
against Tyrant is fairly non-existent, and he can just anchor smash him down for a whole lot of money. So he should be fine to handle that. So I don't think they'll be too worried about the Broodmother, but they might just ban it out regardless, because she is a very irritating hero to play against. eHug now, probably looking for a solo mid and another support. Whereas Team W probably looking for... I'm going to assume that Enigma is jungling in this case, so I think they're going to look for an offlaner, solo mid, and probably some kind of primary farmer as well, assuming that's not a core Jakiro.
Anti-mage.
Radiant team
Anti-mage
pick.
picked up. Okay, well, they got their core farmer. Not 100% sure how he matches up against Terrorblade. Can be difficult to get the Sunder off, just because AM, obviously, with Manta Style, can chew through that very quickly. Cleave is... I mean, against Illusions, it's nice. But I don't know if he's got the sheer amount of burst he needs to get rid of those Illusions. We'll
10
see.
seconds remaining.
We'll see, because a lot of his firepower doesn't come from raw damage, it comes from other sources.
5
it
seconds
factor
remaining.
In Cleave that effectively. The Cleave is more for farming than anything else, but... see how it turns out.
Reserve time.
If he does get the mana burn down, it might really cut down Terrorblade's options to Sunder. Dazzle picked up by eHug.
Dire team pick.
Ooh, I mean the Dazzle's nice, but I think this is going to turn into a 4-man push, and sort of 4 people create space with their push, and anti-mage split pushes, and I don't think eHug have a good lineup to deal with that. They don't have something that punishes anti-mage for split pushing right now, which they might have to factor in for their solo mid or something, but I don't know if they can do that easily though. I mean, you could pick something like a Storm Spirit, but Storm Spirit trying to zip around
remaining.
against an anti-mage is asking for trouble, really, especially with the enhanced
5 seconds
AoE
remaining.
radius on his ultimate now. Can turn him into basically a living bomb. Is dangerous, to say the least.
Reserve time.
Needs assassin.
Radiant team ban.
I'm not 100% sure whether Nyx factors in here, but he's nice to have regardless. This is an all-round useful support. Actually, this could actually be a core Jakiro or a core Nyx.
10 seconds remaining.
It's more likely it's a core Jakiro because they're going with a push. It looks like they're going with a push-oriented lineup. I really
5
thought that Death
seconds
Prophet would
remaining.
pop in here somewhere. But it looks like she's been largely ignored. Invoker now banned out by Team eHug.
Dire team ban.
I assume that's basically a targeted ban against a particular player for Team W, because I'm not very familiar with the American scene, so I don't know much about these two teams in terms of their preferences. The final ban here,
Radiant
Team W
team
will be the
pick.
Razor. So they're expecting a solo mid pickup now from eHug, which is looking quite likely, unless they're planning for something dual midish, but one of the more classic dual mid heroes with the form of Lich looks like he's been overlooked. I mean, unless Team eHug are playing for something really kooky, like a core Dazzle or something. Dazzle actually does pretty well as a core. If you give him a lot of farm early, he can actually do a lot of amazing
10
things with it.
seconds
He hits
remaining.
pretty freaking hard. And if you give him those like really fast core items, like
5
mech,
seconds
all those good
remaining.
mech, 4 stuff, all these really useful early items, he can actually do a lot of damage with them.
Reserve time.
But I assume it's going to be a support. But it's just a thought. It can happen. I've seen it happen, and it is actually pretty nice. But in this case, I am a little worried, because right now, besides Dazzle's Shadow Wave, which is, if he's not by himself, it sucks. If the issue with Shadow Wave as wave clear is Dazzle has to be alone. If he's not alone, it bounces amongst heroes and basically really limits the amount of damage he can knock out against a creep wave. It's not, if you're a Hon trash player like myself, one of the big differences between Dazzle and his counterpart in Hon was the fact that it bounced the closest units to your target. So you could basically, it's very easy to set up a ridiculous heal bomb, but it wasn't nearly as good in terms of his general sustained healing in the middle of a fight where it just automatically bounced to heroes nearby. But you could get some
10
pretty
seconds
disgusting
remaining.
heal bombs out of it, I ain't gonna lie. You could very easily deal like 1,000 damage
5 seconds
with
remaining.
enough negative armor on the right target. It was just very simple to blow somebody up from a full zero.
Dire
But
team
eHug
pick.
will go with a puck. That gives them some very, very strong alpha strike potential, which definitely, if they get their early blink daggers, this will put a big strain on Team W's plan, to push early. On the other hand, though, TW don't need to push that early because they do have an AM, so they've got plenty of late game power. How it's up against a farm Terrorblade, I don't know. I haven't seen the matchup in particular in recent memory with AM versus the
10
TB.
seconds remaining.
I assume both of them are going to go into the late game
5
fairly
seconds
evenly
remaining.
matched. Especially since
Reserve
Terrorblade has a
time.
lot of mana for anti-mage burn. And you might say, well, that obviously that's a good thing for Terrorblade. He has plenty of mana to get his spells off. Well, the thing is, if you've got a really low mana pool and anti-mage empties it in like 2 or 3 swings, that's like 40 damage per swing on him and his illusions he's now missing because your mana pool is empty. So if the bigger the mana
10
pool,
seconds remaining.
it actually makes life easier for the anti-mage. A, turn you into a bomb for his ult, and B,
5 seconds
like a
remaining.
massive like team-wiping bomb for his ult, and also B, just it allows some sustained damage on the auto attacks easier. But Lina, the final pick, and well, not so great against obviously the shallow grave can cause issues. But if you're gonna burst somebody down, that's definitely quite a scary thing. And also the fact that it goes like Terrorblade can't just sit there in a BKB, go to low health, and then sunder his way to victory. If he goes low, even if he BKBs, Lina, if she gets a scepter, is a huge threat to him just because she can blast right through it. But I think it's going to be a support Lina and Nyx Assassin here. They're actually a fairly decent roaming combo, provided Nyx lands his stuns to set up for Lina's combos. They can actually knock out a ton of burst damage. But I think it's going to be a core Jakiro here, just because I think they want to put the pressure on, knock down some early towers. So I need to do that one too.
Prepare for battle.
And that, alright.
My gratitude.
Interesting the Death Prophet was actually... I thought they would be very push-oriented. Interesting that Death Prophet got entirely ignored here. Just got given the cold shoulder. Anyway, so... eHug on the Radiant side. SM will be playing the Terrorblade. SNA there on the Vengeful Spirit. Lust playing Dazzle. Infinity playing the Puck. And MJW playing the Tide Hunter. MJW was playing the Shadow Fiend last match, wasn't he? Interesting. Okay. Anyway... playing for Team W, we'll have Derp playing Jakiro. I'm a Sheep. I'm a Sheep sucks? I'm a Sheep sucks. Okay. I'm a Sheep sucks playing Nyx Assassin. Relic playing the Lina. Sleazel playing the
30
Anti-Mage.
seconds to battle.
And, that name's too long. Ben of Soyeon. I'm gonna assume that's someone from Girls' Generation or some kind of K-pop band. That would be my assumption. Anyway, he'll be playing the Enigma. Line up here, though. Anybody's game. I am definitely... in the mid-game, though, I'm definitely worried for Team W's lineup just because they do not have the initiation factor.
Gold for me.
Yes, they could get something like a Blink Black Hole, but it's largely nullified. As long as Vengeful Spirit stays out of the way and gets a swap in, it's not going to be very effective. She's not going to get the... they're not going to get the work that they need out of it. Whereas, well, you know what? Tied it with a Blink is kind of retard-proof. It's very difficult to mess that up, which is... yeah... This is why we make fun of Shiva so much, to test it a bit to her skills. Meanwhile, the possible game... oh, no, Derp, what are you doing, buddy? Easiest first blood of your life. And Relic.
What's this? A fascinating
Yeah, well, that's actually a
substance.
solo mid Lina, and now she's off to a horrible start here because basically it's a free bottle, pretty much, for Puck. Oh, he didn't actually go full eco, so the bottle's not up yet, but it's definitely going to put him a long way behind because Puck got that first blood. That's 400 gold or so to him. That's really just going to make... Derp has just really made Relic's life more difficult than it really needed to be. Ooh, I like that ward. I actually haven't seen anybody use that one before. I like that ward. Now you see, I'm a bit of a donkey. When I do this, I put it there. That is so much better, and it still blocks that camp. I'm going to use that one from now on.
It shall not be.
Did not realize you could sneak a ward in there, but yeah, it appears to block, so... nice. I think they've figured out it's there too. They know it's there, so they're going to counter ward it. That's actually really tricky to de-ward. See, the thing is, they're not sure if it's there. Or, I mean, for all they know, it could be right up there. So they're going to have to get the counter ward there. It could be annoying to get at. And the problem is, if you stick the counter ward up there to get vision at the same time, it's the counter ward's going to block. So that's actually, unless they get vision on this side, over here, that is really tricky to de-ward. Wow, I like that ward spot. That is really nice. I haven't seen anybody use that one before. And he's cut it. Okay, no, they figured it out. Alright, I guess that's one thing you do. They cut the tree down. That is definitely going to help, but it makes him waste a tango. Meanwhile, some hits traded there. Illusion Rune picked up now. Meanwhile, top lane. Doesn't appear to be much going up in the top lane. Anti-Mage, though, farming 5 and 1. Is getting bullied out, though, by the Tidehunter. And support Jakiro doing what he can, but this is... I have an issue with Liquid Fire first support Jakiro, is yes, okay, it can harass a bit, but if they dive on your carry, and like, in this case, like, they don't really care that much, because they're going to have sustain from Dazzle to basically deal with the chip damage coming out of the Jakiro, and honestly, Dazzle is going to harass better ultimately, because he has a much better range and attack animation, I believe, so it's going to be difficult for them to keep up, especially as Tide's going to be blocking a lot of damage as well with the Anchor Smash and the Kraken Shell. So, if they do dive and go for a kill, it's going to be very difficult for them to hold it off with just like a low-level Ice Path. In this case, not even be leveled up just yet. He is definitely going to want to get some levels into that. We'll see if he actually does start maxing Ice Path, or if he goes for the traditional, just maxing out Liquid Fire on the Jakiro. Of course, if he goes for the Ice Path first, getting some levels in that just to make it more, basically make it not crappy, because level 1 Ice Path's like 1 second stun. Yeah, it's a 1 second stun. It's really pretty weak. So if he puts early levels in that, the issue is, of course, it's going to impact their mid-game push. And there's only so much Eidolons can do by themselves, unless they create space for the Anti-Mage and the Eidolons to push around the map. I don't know how much they're going to be able to do, especially since it's going to come down to Lina to try and get some momentum for TW back in this game. But it's going to be hard because she's so far behind in this mid lane. Just because that Puck got that early first blood. You can see the Puck's already beating her. Actually, wow. Actually, no, Lena's come ahead there in CS. Not CS, in experience. That's actually interesting. I guess Puck must have left for a moment to bottle the rune. That's probably why she's just managed to jump on an experience. But still, it was made unnecessarily difficult by that early death from Derp.
Behold!
VS now skulking about. There we go. Smoking into position. He's got level 1 stun, so this is probably enough to pick off Lina. Or not. No, the creep wave is pushing under the tower. With her range, Lina's range as well, it's actually going to be pretty difficult to get at a Puck. Just disjoining some attacks there. Meanwhile, as we can see, Tidehunter really doesn't care. Has picked up his arcane boots, and they're waiting for Lina to push forwards. I don't know if it's going to happen, though. The tower, if he's not doing enough work there, Lina continues to try and spam away there. Will they go for this? So now he's wasting a lot, well, he's basically burning, not necessarily wasting, but burning a lot of time. He's investing a lot of time in this gank, which doesn't appear to be happening. We see Relic just drop his Null Talismans to get some more value out of those bottle sips. People are saying, what is wrong with stream? Hang on, wait, what's going on here? Lina getting it picked up there, so you know, I'm just going to have to try and deal with some technical issues. I'm not dropping frames. Yeah, I'm not dropping frames. I don't think it's on my end.
Tower is under attack.
One sec.
No way.
Back in a second once we figure out what's going on with this stream. I think it's fine. Okay, I'll wait for somebody to get back to me. I'm just asking somebody to check on the stream, make sure it's okay. But otherwise, for the moment, I mean, on my end, it's not dropping frames, so I can't tell what's going wrong with it if there is an issue. But going back to this match, meanwhile in the jungle, Enigma's still finding away. Of course, greedy kind of playstyle from this hero. He's managed to pick up, and he's just going to go for a mechanism first, which, fair enough, the early blink in this case, not going to be very useful against the Vengeful Spirit once she gets her ult up, and also, of course, the Tidehunter once he gets his blink. And he's getting pretty close to his ult too. With the Ravage, they could set up an early kill as well. What they go for, though, remains to be seen. And now opting to finish off a magic wand there. See the low red Tassel just spamming uphill, trying to get some damage to the Anti-Mage. It's fairly light, though, because he does lose a lot of his bounces bouncing between the heroes there, which are nowhere nearby. Oh! They've seen Enigma. Can they get the kill here? I don't think so. They're just blocking, though, the camp. They're just making sure no stacks go down. Enigma's boxed in. He's going to try and TP away. He's going to make it. He's going to be fine. Just gets out. Dream Coil so close. Let's Puck's Dream Coil down.
let you have them.
Anti-Mage struggling to farm, which, yeah, fair enough. He's up against a dual lane. The long-range harass there from Dazzle is definitely painful. And more importantly, every time he comes to the last hit, like, this is what happens. MJW moves forward and goes, you know what, yeah, Anchor Smash. Take that, Anchor Smash. Not only does that make it hard, like, the damage he takes is real. Like, take 2 Anchor Smashes and he's lost, like, a third of his life. But look at his damage. This Polina actually gets a kill in the bottom lane there. We'll pick off the Terrorblade. It's a great kill for them there. But every time the Anchor Smash comes down, Anti-Mage goes down to 30 damage. It is definitely very painful for him to try and farm. There's Puck going to pick off on the bottom lane as well. Enigma getting caught out. Finally picks off that and gets the kill on the Enigma eventually. This is AM. This is a rough lane for him. And eHug, they've invested in just keeping him down here. And he's definitely going to be slowed down by quite a bit. On the other hand, we did just lose the Terrorblade. But he is definitely getting ahead there in terms of farm. And also, if his lane does get pressured, the issue is, of course, in this case, if this was the Terrorblade up here getting pressured like this, he could just duck into the jungle, as he's doing right now on farm. Whereas the Anti-Mage does not have that option. Unless you do like one of Burning's pressure builds, where he just goes for, if he gets pressured really hard, we're going to have a kill here on the top line. Ice Path's going to come in, there's a Vendetta as well. Ravage the counter though, can they get the Shallow Grave down in time? Dazzle hasn't actually leveled Shallow Grave. Okay, then Anchor Smash. So Anti-Mage might have made an error here. They're going to go for the kill. Ice Path comes in, clips S&8. They're going to lose the next assassin there as well. Dreamcore down on top of the Jakiro. Jakiro goes down, but Anti-Mage will get away. Puck comes in with a double kill. Infinity striking back there.
In this age.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Anti-Mage though, 1400 gold, but yeah, as we can see, he's not able to farm his jungle real efficiently. No, it's actually something I've seen Burning do in the past, where if he comes under extreme pressure as a carry player, he will actually go and pick up a Vanguard and then just use that to jungle to get back into the game. But of course, that's one of the advantages of playing Terrorblade. You can just jungle very efficiently from a low level.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Going back to the top lane there. Anti-Mage currently sitting on 46 CS, definitely trailing behind by a bit. Bring the net worth there. See, Puck is getting ahead. But, you know, considering the amount of pressure the Anti-Mage is under, he's actually doing okay. Only 500, 400 net worth there behind the Terrorblade. That's actually pretty good. Laning against the dual lane there, when it's dual lane versus dual lane, against the Titan, that is actually an incredibly hard lane for him to deal with. Now Nyx though, rotating, going to try and make sure Terrorblade can't use this jungle here. Did they spot him Vendettering? I think he might have at least heard the Vendetta. They go for the kill there on the mid lane. We'll pick that up there. Puck, though, joining away. Is going to get caught out here, possibly. The Nyx going to move into position. Going to go for the stun. Nope, nope. We'll lose all his mana. Stun misses, though. Doesn't pick it up. Puck blinking out there.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Managed to bottle up a haste rune there.
Shadow Wave!
Titan, though, finds his blink. And this is where things get tricky for Team W. They are going to run into issues here as the blink daggers come out. You already see they're struggling with the initiation factor against them, just being able to get jumped left, right, and center. And once that blink ravage comes out, I really don't see them holding on to these team fights. Of course, the AM, though, is not really managing to find the ability to split farm in this matchup very easily. Puck has his blink as well. This is going to be really rough for them. I know Team W do not have the ability to dictate the engagement. It's going to be quite rough for them. See Titan under those. He's gone back to grab some mana. We'll see where he goes now. Yes, there we go. Dazzle has picked up his grave now. Level 5. I think he got that at level 5. That is definitely a relatively late grave. It's one of the earlier skills we often see the Dazzle pick up. But he was going for aggression. They weren't really worried about getting ganked. But in the end, they did get ganked and paid the price for it. I honestly don't think Grave would have saved him that opportunity. Might have let him get off one more heal if they had the man. Now Blink gonna go in. There's a silence there. Will we throw Ravage thrown out? Yes, they will. They want this kill. Dream Coil as well. Anti-Mage gets picked off. There's a very It's a big investment there. 2 big ults thrown out there. MJW, I think he's actually tanky enough to take this. Is it starting to come through there? Here's the Impale. Ice Path to try and cut him off. Yuli sneak through. Throws at the gush. Swap back there. The swap actually walks straight back into it. Doesn't care, actually. Now Puck jumps in. There's a Waning Rift. They're going to hit the Illusory Orb as well. One more auto attack. They pick off the Enigma. And Puck now popping the haste rune and zipping away there. Now, wow, MJW just diving straight back and goes for the anchor smash. Ice Path comes out there, leaning out, falling low. A Laguna Blade on a lower health there. Tino will pick him off, but I think that's easy value coming out for Infinity, picking up the solo mid. And they will just trade it for an off-lane. Oh, wow, Anti-Mage just blows up down. They're trading for the off-lane. Tidehunter who's already blown his Ravage. I think that's an easy value trade there for eHug. So this gold swing, they're relatively even, but this is buying room for Tidehunter. Well, not for Tidehunter, for Terrorblade to cause some trouble. Anti-Mage though did get that last hit, which will help him finish off his battlefield. Oh, actually, no, he hasn't got his Perseverance yet. He's around about 800 gold from finishing that. Terrorblade though, going for the early Yasha. I'm assuming he's going to put this into a Manta style next. Since he's getting the farm for it, he doesn't need to go for anything, he doesn't need to go for anything crazy. Not so much crazy, but different, like the early, we see sometimes early Sand and Yasha on the Terrorblades. Just when they feel like they're under a lot of pressure and need to be able to brawl earlier, but in this case, Terrorblade's getting plenty of room to farm. He is getting harassed a little bit by Nyx. I think you will have to worry a little bit about the Lina as well as the game goes on. But now Blink gonna have a Waning Rift come out to slow down. So basically prevent it from blinking away. Easy pick off again. Dream Call deployed as well. A monster kill now for Infinity. And a tier 1 tower gonna go down the top lane as well. And I think Team W, they are really regretting some of these choices made in the draft. They just don't really have the kind of defensive supports right now. Jakiro not too great in defense. As you can see, he's maxed at Liquid Fire. It's not really good for defending a carry.
Dire's top tower
Very easy to pick off this Anti-Mage when they get the jump on him with the Puck. Fortunately, Relic not really having the impact he would have liked here with Alina. To be fair, his mid lane rougher than needed to be because of the early feed there by Jakiro, but still, he would have liked to have been hitting harder at this point in time, just basically racking up some more damage. He's had 2 kills, 3 deaths. It's not been the best game for him so far. As we see, eHug building around about a 5k lead here in gold at the moment. Looking for a potential pick-off here. Could find it. Enigma's close by. I think Enigma's dead. Yeah, Enigma's in a lot of trouble there. They get the blink in. There's the blink. Waning Rift. Meanwhile, Mech gets popped there by Enigma, trying to keep himself alive. Ice Path buying him a little bit of time. But there's the Ravage. Only catching 1 for the moment. Doesn't matter, though. They will pick off the Enigma. The counterattack coming now. Light Strike away, mostly missing. A swap. What was that swap there? Swapping MJW back into danger. Shallow Grave, though, should keep him alive. Stun, though, going to cancel out that TP. Now we've got the Vendetta coming in on SNA. They're going to lose the Vengeful Spirit as well. I'm not sure about that swap. That was a pretty questionable swap. Anyway, Tidehunter gets picked off, and the VS for an Enigma. Probably not what they wanted, and there's a 1k swing there back towards Team W's favour. They definitely needed that. Yule's now pretty much done on Lina. I think she's actually got enough for the recipe as well, so that's going to be picked up in a moment. But that brawl there, buying time for Terrorblade, just get some free farm in this bottom lane. As you can see, it's up to 8.2k and 8.3k net worth now. And yeah, he's going for that Manta style by the looks of it. Oh wait, no, if he was going for Manta style, I probably would have bought parts for it by now. Don't tell me he's... The only reason to camp that much money is if he was doing a Radiance build. That would be, I think, unnecessary and inadvisable, to be dead honest. No, there we go. Okay, he's buying it all up at once. There we go. He has decided to go for the Manta style after all. Ah, this ward here. This ward does so much work. They're planning to push this tier 2 here as well. They want a ward there. This ward here just gives so much intel. Any kind of counter-attack being planned by the Dire to defend their tower is very much given away by that ward.
Dire's structures are fortified. Dire's middle tower has
TV
fallen.
gets a free mid.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
And it looks like Team W, they're in a bit of disarray here. They're not really sure what to do about this pressure being applied. As we see eHug just also farming enemy jungles, making sure it's really hard for them to get any CS. Terrorblade going to use his illusion to scout the jungle as well. Tier 2 mid, not touched just yet. As Terrorblade is down, you know what? Let's use this space. I like this. They've strung it at the map. They've forced Team W back really hard. And basically Terrorblade's thinking, well, while they're back like that, I can just sit around in my jungle and farm to my heart's content. As, I'm actually surprised he hasn't brought out his... Yeah, I mean, he's had that for like a minute now. I figured he would have shipped that out earlier. Anyway. Oh, Slizel, they've seen him there with that ward, but he will blink away. I think he realized he was being... Oh, there we go. This ward giving away the fact he was coming under fire. Blinks away in time. Anti-mage now with his Battle Fury done. Just going to try and do some ancients here, but I don't know if he's actually tanky enough to tank this. Dragon's doing too much damage at the moment. And we've got a big rotation coming out here from Team W. They're going to try and get a pick off here on Terrorblade. Throws up in the air there. Light Strike away. Will manage to land there. In comes the Dragon Slave. Lacuna Blade as well, but he will be saved right now by the Shallow Grave. Counter with a Ravage. Will only hit one, but it's just creating space. Asunder there on a friendly. Healing Terrorblade back up there. Lena now under fire. Drink Call comes down. Catches Nyx. Don't appear to have any detection there. As ouch! Nyx gets blown up. Gets destroyed. The Ice Path comes in. It will just be a 1 for none. As Team W have to go on the retreat there. No, they'll go for 2. Yeah, the swap there from VS doing nice work. Illusion Orb coming in. The blink in there from NJW. Falling low mana. Doesn't matter though. They will keep pressuring in. Earnburn comes down on top of the Enigma. Enigma goes down. A blink out there from Anti-Mage. A 3 down. A double kill for Infinity. Doing great work for his team now. Ouch. Things just falling down. Basically, everything going wrong one after the other.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified.
That Shallow Grave, keeping Terrorblade up and running and just allowing him to get the Sunder off on the friendly to heal up. The Ravage, it only hit 1, but it zoned nicely. It made Team W back off and just buy time for Team B to heal up. They grab 2 heroes out of that kill, lose none in return, and then take a tier 2 tower. Great result there for eHug. And right now, Team W, I mean, they're trying to get these core pickoffs. They smoke and go for the pickoff. Unfortunately, eHug was on the ball and responded well. The downside is, like, the issue is they've got to go for those pickoffs here, but at the same time, they kind of want Anti-Mage to be split pushing and getting objectives, so even if they're gank backfires, they get some kind of other objective. Like, if they had 4 heroes down here by themselves ganking, that could work out, and then Anti-Mage takes a tier 1 top, which isn't hugely valuable, but it's a good gold boost for Relic and his teammates here. Instead, Anti-Mage decided to try and participate, didn't really get anything out of it, and just basically wasted farm time. And Yule's there. It's not an illusion, though. This is going to be largely a waste of time there. Now we get the Impale come out, swap out though. SNA doing great. That's amazing. An amazing swap there from SNA, making up for his dodgy one before. Doesn't matter though, they will pick off the Dazzle regardless. Magic Missile going to do some work there. Now do we have Ravage? No, still 20 seconds of cooldown. Terrorblade going to come in. He's invisible right now. Deciding to see if he can pick anybody up here. He's got Reflection ready to go. Stun comes out there on SNA. They're going to go for the down. They're going to go for the sneaky Nyx. They will pick him off there. He will go down eventually, but they lose to the Vengeful Spirit in return. Now SN going to try and back off. They're Yule's up in the air. Once again, Black Hole comes in. They haven't got anything to cancel it just yet. Ravage is 5 seconds down. No mana for it though. Needs more stick charges. More stick charges. Needs 225 mana. Doesn't have enough just yet. And it looks like they will go forward with the Illusion. We'll get the pick off though. And down goes the Enigma as well. They take 2 heroes, trade for 1, and they're going to go for Roshan. Objectives for eHug are being picked up. Still no mana though. The Tidehunter really just needs another Arcane Boots on the team or something just to help him. If the Ravage had gone off, that could have easily been two more kills for his team. With that armor and sustain there coming in a Dazzle, should be able to handle this Roshan attempt really easily. And right now, yeah, Team W in no position to contest this Roshan.
I'm grateful to you.
Roshan has
Handing over
fallen to the
Terrorblade while he
Radiant.
split pushes. And Puck looks like he's just going to go and pick up a Hex. And of course, Blinking Hex, that is ridiculously powerful. Just the instantaneous disable is so damn strong against heroes like Anti-Mage. It's already hard enough for Anti-Mage to deal with the Blinking Wayne Rift. Dealing with the Blink Hex is just going to be another whole world of hurt for him to deal with. He can't even counter it with an early BKB or the like. Which, to be honest, I feel like AM should almost just grab the Yasha and then even just... Well, you know what, the Mantis Cell is going to be good against the Blinking Waning Rift, but again, he just needs some kind of ability to avoid the Ravage. avoid the Hex when it comes out. There's just a lot of things he needs to avoid. I feel like a BKB is going to be very mandatory for him. He might not have time to go for the full Manta style at this rate. If eHug continue this level of aggression, taking the tier 2 mid as well. Little to no resistance mounted by Team W at the moment. Ravage comes out across for the tree line, nicely done there, and we're going to have no need for follow-up disable, it doesn't matter, he's dead. Anti-Mage just gets obliterated, no health, he's got like 900 health as an illusion rune picked up there by Nick's assassin. He's going to scout the enemy jungle, see if he can find a bit of pick-off. Unfortunately, they are holding hands up in the top lane, and they're just going to push the tier 2 top, which is already at half health. Metamorphosis is still ready to go for Trevor. They might even just push onto the high ground as well. I mean, might just have Terrorblade walk up and hit the tower until he dies, and then just pop back up, Metamorphosis, and then continue chewing on the tower.
Has fallen.
Ravage, though, 2 minutes out. They might not want to get too aggressive with that down. They do have Dream Core, though, so maybe they do. We'll see. They will just back up here.
Thanks.
Infinity. He wants a Hex. He's only about 500 gold away from that. And the Skadi done for Terrorblade. Oh boy. Skadi, Manta, and an Aegis at 23 minutes. And another nearly 1k gold in the bank. That is some scary stuff. Now, Team W going to try and smoke up and get some pickoffs here. Going to invade their own, basically scout their own jungle. See if they can spot anybody. This time, not lifting the illusions, realizing they are fake. Thanks to the effects of the smoke. Tide just finished on Vladimir's offering. Oh boy. It's just more firepower being built up for the Terrorblade.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant structures
now tier
are
1 top being
fortified.
taken down here by the Radiant, by the Die. This is a bit of an issue. Like, yeah, you want that to happen, but you kind of want the anti-mage to do it alone rather than having the whole team show up to help him. So you put pressure around the whole map as opposed to 5 up in the top lane, where they just get engaged 5 on 5 and lose.
Stay near.
Again across the trail. Anti-Mage blinks, snaps the coil there. In trouble. Can they get the illusion? Or can they get the silence on top of him? I don't think so. Doesn't matter. Anti-Mage will get away. They will lose the twin-headed dragon though. Anti-Mage probably still in trouble here. Cooldown on his TP still 30 seconds out. Will they manage to find him? Blinks again. Puck though. Doesn't guess where he's going. Throws at the silence. He will allow AM to get away here.
Dazzle!
Radiant's
There we go,
bottom
there's that
tower
blink.
is
Hex,
under
counter
attack.
by the sun. The Impale coming out. They'll get a return kill. Mana Void used. And Puck giving away a lot of gold there to Anti-Mage. Meanwhile, the
Radiant's
pressure is
bottom
on
tower
mid.
has fallen.
See Puck, Anti-Mage gaining 1,200 gold out of that fight there. Just that easy pick off, baiting him out, then bringing him down.
Radiant's
Realised
top
what was
tower
going
is
on.
under attack.
But meanwhile, though, Terrorblade doing some serious damage. Doesn't matter though, because he has got the Aegis, so it was going to expire anyway. So he's just going to pop back up. But he loses his Metamorphosis and will back off. Time Ward spawning up the rune there. Once they walk past it anyway. Pierce went for a medallion first, which is definitely nice. Will help them Roshan
Radiant's
and the
top
like.
tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is under
Indeed,
attack.
but just trying to get some farm happening. It looks like he's trying to build up a
Structures
Necro... Oh, it
are
could be Trez, but it
fortified.
might also be a Necrobook he's building up there. As Sheep is... Well, he's got a Blink Dagger and he's just blinking around, hoping for a random pick-off here. I mean, he's hoping the creep are going to meet like here and he can blink out and insta-give somebody, but to be honest, I don't really see him insta-giving anybody with any great deal of ease. Maybe the Dazzle. Dazzle only has 900 health. Possible, I guess, if you can get him in the initial burst. But picking up the Terrorblade, yeah, it's not happening. Not anytime soon at all. Now, Lena does have a scepter, which is going to be nice against the TB, that's for sure. If he falls low, she can just blast him even through the BKB. Oh boy. The BKB going to make everybody else's life rough though. Now Nyx Assassin is going to TP out, realizes that he's in a bad position. Everybody's hiding in the trees, which fair enough. I mean, the amount that Anti-Mage has been getting ganked, you can't really blame him. Been getting ganked a lot. Team eHug satisfied to take this one slow as they're just doing a bit of baiting here with the Lena illusion, trying to pretend it's real, and it's just gonna despawn.
Silence.
I am blinking out there. It's going to continue farming the jungle. Now, this is a little bit dangerous. I mean, eHug are now giving AIM a lot of room to farm, allowing him to free farm essentially. He's jumped ahead of the puck. They're putting a lot of pressure on him before in his jungle, and now it's just been let go. And looks like they want to make an engagement here. There's the Yules. They're going to try and set up on the Titan. Get the stun down. There's a good fight. Doesn't matter though. They will pick off the Nyx Assassin before he can do a damn thing. Ravage comes out as well. Meanwhile, they're going to have Dazzle jump in there. Buy back down from the Dazzle. Slowed him down there with the poison touch. Going to lose a lot of armor to that weave, as well as the Wave of Terror throws down the Midnight Pulse. The mid tower will go down. They're also working the racks as well.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Haste.
Here I am.
Unfortunately, that Nyx getting caught off guard by that gem that the puck was carrying. Thought he was safe, and then it just got burst down immediately, so they'll realize what's up for the next fight.
Greetings.
Terrorblade going to be farming under a ward again. Could cause issues for him. This is trouble. If Team W keep letting this go at this pace, it is going to cause issues. And just because they can't really rely on the anti-mage to out-farm and out-fight the Terrorblade with so much more farm. Now, TB has also picked up BKB, which is going to be mostly useful, but the Lena, of course, is going to be able to blast him through it, so he's going to be careful about that.
Dazzle!
Dire's
Team
middle
W
barracks
don't know
are
what to
under
do about
Dire's
this.
middle barracks.
They will lose the range racks there in the mid. Wow, did they just lose the melee racks to?
Coin of the realm.
Okay, they just lost the melee racks to creep. I think that's pretty awkward.
Regeneration.
Yeah, that's super awkward. As MJW finds that he has no stacks here because somebody is stealing them. By somebody, I mean anti-mage.
Behold.
Well, just going to pick off some illusions there. Tier 1 tower in deny range. There where Puck is going to pick it off.
Radiant's middle tower has
Like
been
Roshan
denied.
number 2 going to come out here. I know what's going on. They're actually going to try and mount a defense stuff. Unfortunately, there's a lot of wards watching.
Roshan has fallen to the Radiant.
Backing off. Roshan going to get that. Give up that Aegis there to shoot with Terrorblade. Yes, Terrorblade going to pick it up, and he's going for a butterfly now as well.
Shadow wave.
Yeah, going to try and march up on the high ground now. They've got the grunt to do it for sure, I think. Just really, there's their opponents just don't have that much. The anti-mage is pretty stacked, but that's round about it.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Hanging out in the off lane, just farming away. We'll go to his own jungle as well, realizing that it's going to be hard to defend like this regardless, and he can just portal into the last moment as well to help out. But eHug, chicken out, and we'll back up.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Dazzle, looking towards what I assume is a 4-star, although it could be a Rod of AUI, also pretty damn useful as well. Less so against the anti-mage, but it is a nice item all around. Slide's getting into fun, 2.1k in the bank. There we go, Butterfly picked up now for the Terrorblade, done at 32 minutes. Oh, eHug, they really don't want to engage here. They're really playing it very, very safe. They might even wait. And you know what? Why would they wait? They've got the Roshan. They might as well just get some chip tower in. Chip damage down on the tower top. See what they can do up there. I feel like right now that Team W, they want to go on some smoke gates. They're just not really finding the opportunity to go just yet. But they really just want to get some pickoffs, get that swing gold out and running. 14k deficit. Any kills they get are going to be a big deal indeed. It looks like it's going to come down to eHug to make the first move. And they're going to try and do a sweep through middle and pick somebody off who's camping the sides to defend. Now they do have a ward down, but it might be too little too late here, as Enigma could be their target of choice. They wear the blink in there. Anti-Mage getting caught out. Ravage comes out. Catches 3 there. That's trouble right now. But Team W, they lose 2 straight up. A buyback there for Anti-Mage. A buyback down from Enigma. Laguna Blade goes in through the BK. Doesn't matter. Lena gets wrecked by the ice balls there. Derpter running for his life. And now Anti-Mage with a buyback. Trying to charge straight back in. Gets sundered. Shallow Grave now on Dazzle. Trying to keep alive. Heals up. Disjoints the last couple of attacks. Anti-Mage will sneak away for the moment. Puck now going to town there on Nyx Assassin. Nyx goes down. Puck still in the mix. And now Anti-Mage comes back in. He's got 60 health left. One more auto attack. 15 blinks away again, but down goes the Enigma once again, and they get, oh man, 4 for 1. They get the Dazzle. It's just not worth it at all.
Bottom tower is under attack.
But to be hard, that was going to be a tall order to win that fight, and just the saves there. The Dazzle, keep yourself alive for so long with that Shallow Grave, and of course, just terribly sundering through all the damage. Just didn't even care, and Team W know it's over. They lose their second racks, call GG, and we'll move on to the third match for the night in just a moment.
Radiant victory.
So yeah, a bit of a stall out on this match, but you know what, eHug just playing it safe. Just wait until they got their core items on their Terrorblade and just went for it. No need to play greedy, which I mean, if you're playing into a Black Hole and an Anti-Mage who has actually got some farm, they do need to be careful, because if they give away the streak there on the Terrorblade, Anti-Mage is going to get a ton of money. They already gave him a huge injection earlier. As you see, the Terrorblade picking up 380 last hits. Anyway, guys, stay tuned. We'll have another match for you coming in just a moment. It will be the last one for the night. But coming up in a moment, we will have Complexity playing against eHug, so stay tuned for that.